Guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of our episodes of our Valentine's week that we are doing here on YouTube. And today what we're going to do a pocket which let's just refer to it as look into my heart pocket. So what we are going to do, we're going to kind of make some heart shaped kind of toppers, if you see what I mean, and then the bases. So I'm making the toppers from decorative papers. Now I'm just going to show you, oh sorry, my iPad's there from when I was kind of just checking through my notes of what I'd thought that I was going to be doing. Right, so I've printed off some of my papers. Now I have printed off a couple of my roses collection because I thought, you know, they were still quite, you know, quite romantic looking. But also obviously I've got my Valentine's papers here. And yeah, what I thought we would do is just kind of make these little templates. So I've cut this out, forming a little template. So I'm going to use this to cut my, you know, my frames, if you like. And then we'll kind of go from there. So this is printed on photo quality paper. I've printed on photo quality paper and it's 230 GSM. Now, what I'm going to do, just going to cut my rectangles. Now they don't have to be kind of identical sizes or anything like that, but just to kind of like start with, I'm just going to cut off some rectangular pieces. Now this one here that I did as the prototype is just from flimsy paper. You could do it from flimsy paper. I'm not brilliant with flimsy paper, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I probably will do mine all on this thicker paper. That being said, I did already make a couple on the flimsy paper, so we might do kind of some and some, if you see what I mean. So I'm just going to take a few more bits. So let's do, yeah, this, no, actually I'm not going to do that one. Let's do this one with this beautiful kind of all over roses pattern. So again, just going to cut down, oops, cut down my rectangular shape. Okie dokie. And then I'll show you what I did or how I found it easiest to cut my heart shape. So, and to be fair, I haven't tried this with the thicker paper, so it's just kind of like winging a prayer type stuff. I'm hoping it's going to work and I'm not going to kind of regret having quite thick paper, but it worked like a, you know, like a like clockwork. Worked like clockwork. Yeah, couldn't think that what I was trying to say. Worked like clockwork on the thinner paper. So we're just going to take this down like that. Okay, now what I found the easiest way to do was then take your, you know, your rectangular piece and fold it in half. So I'm just going to cut it kind of like approximately the size that I want it. And I'm just doing this because I don't want to kind of waste more paper, because I might be able to use the top part or the, you know, this part I've cut off. I might be able to use that for something else. And, you know, hate to waste paper. So, yeah. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold this in half. Now, this is where I'm saying I hope it's going to work with this thicker paper. And I'm not going to regret this. I just find this the easiest way to be able to cut my heart out. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to paper clip my heart template to the paper like that. Now notice I've paper clipped this on from the back side, so I've squished it down quite a bit here in the heart that's going to be cut out. I've not really squished it down at the ends, so what I'm hoping is once I've cut it out that I'm actually going to have you know, not kind of marked the paper too much. Like I say, it doesn't affect the thinner paper too badly. It maybe would be not, you know, more noticeable and, you know, not work so brilliantly on the thicker paper. So there is my little heart-shaped inner. Again, I'm going to just keep that just in case I want to use it for anything. Take this off like this, and I just, you know, cut that heart, you know, played around and kind of cut the heart shape. So it's, you know, it's not a template or anything like that. But that's my heart shape, and that's going to be my, you know, my looking through my heart pockets. So I'm just going to do that on a few of these sheets. So I'll just cut them down roughly to size. And like I say, I mean, there's no right or wrong, you know, I'm just going with the flow here. So, I mean, I like quite large pieces for my journals. If you wanted to make these much smaller, you definitely could. You know, you would not have to be making these as large as I'm making them. It's just that I sort of go for larger pieces really. So like that. Okay, again, just keep that to one side. And then this one. So I'm just sort of working out and deciding which part of the paper I'd rather keep and which part I'd rather, rather cut into. So that one we'll just do there. Okay. And, you could make these kind of quite tall. I mean, I'm doing them all not stumpy, but, kind of smaller ones. You could make these kind of taller pockets if you wanted. So I'm going to, again, fold this in like that. And again, just squish down, where your heart's going to be more. Take my template, oops, and just like I say, hold it on with the paper clips on the, on the non-folded edge, so that we're hopefully doing the least damage to the folded, or, the potentially folded piece of paper. So like that, okay. I mean, these don't have to be perfect, obviously. Oh my goodness. That was definitely not perfect. Cut really weirdly into this one. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay, like that. Okie dokie. And just open that out. Okay, so I mean, they look quite good, don't they? Oh, what did I do with that other one that I cut? Did I put it out there? Yeah, put it out of the way. Right, so, I mean, another alternative, you could take your hearts and you could kind of place them on, or this one, place it on, draw around it and cut it out. Personally, I'm not great with doing things like that, but, if that's easier for you, then, use that method instead. I personally find this kind of, I think, easier. So it's just, whatever works best for you. So again, paper clipping it from the opposite side to the folded edge, like that. Okie dokie, and then just, oops, cut your heart out. Okay, like that. It's such a gorgeous day today. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, really, really, really nice. Oh dear, made a very poor job of that heart. Yeah, I don't know quite what went on there, but not very nice. Very jaggedy edges on this one. Oh dear, I don't know quite what happened, but yeah, I can try and kind of like make them slightly more rounded rather than square, because that's not going to be very attractive. Right, hopefully that's a little bit better. They don't have to be perfect. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay, so then last one is this one. So again, paper clip this on the, on the edge rather than the, the fold edge, like that. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous today, like really sunny, really, really lovely. Which is so weird, because somebody said to me yesterday, oh, we've got snow coming. So yeah, I'm not sure whether there is snow in other parts of the country, or whether they misheard, or I don't know. But I mean, it definitely does not look we've got, look like we've got snow coming today. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it actually looks like spring is on its way. Wow, wouldn't that be lovely? Right, so that's our little heart shaped pieces. Okay, I can use this one as well, even though, like I say, it is just quite flimsy paper, but that's fine. I'm sure it will be fine. So then I'm going to take some transparency, which I've just got here behind my desk. Hold on. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay. So this is just some sort of transparency type film. Oops. Like that. Okie dokie. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to glue this roughly onto the pocket. Now, the one that I made just now, I just cut it sort of, you know, around and then glued it there. I'm wondering whether you might be better off, especially if you were using the flimsy paper, you could actually put it on the whole thing, and then that way you've reinforced your, you know, your pocket. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that wouldn't work. So I'm just going to cut out some pieces suitable, or, you know, some pieces shaped, perhaps I should say. So what I'm doing, I'm taking that heart that I've cut out and using that as a bit of a template to just take it around like that. Okay, and obviously I need to do 5, so like that. Oops, that one. Okie dokie, just get rid of those bits. Next one. Oh dear, this obviously being see-through, I can tell already I'm going to end up losing these bits somewhere on the desk. So keep your eyes out and shout if I misplace them, which I can just see happening. Right, okay, because they're just going to be like, you know, blending into the desk. Right, that's 2. Okay, 3. Oh dear. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want them too big and then catching on stuff when I'm using them as pockets, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So kind of thinking if we keep them quite small, then hopefully they're not going to be, you know, too in the way, if that makes sense. So right, let me just fathom out how to do this so that I make sure that I've not wasted that transparency. Okay, right, that one. Okie dokie, like that. Okay, last one. So this one. Oh, would you believe it? Oh no, that's okay. I thought, oh, after all of that talking about it, I have done exactly what I said that I would try not to do and wasted it. No, luckily I haven't wasted it. I mean, that was just luck really, not judgment. So yeah, so I'll take those. Okay, right, now I am going to tentatively glue these on to the, you know, the cardboard. It's not cardboard, but you know, the paper. And then I'm going to take them to the sewing machine. So, oh, that one's not very good, is it? Okay, right. So I'm going to now now I'm just using my tacky glue for this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them to the sewing machine. So it's not kind of essential that they're 100% glued down, if you see what I mean. So I'm going to glue a little bit. Oh, would you believe it? Oh, come on, don't let me down here. Right, I'm going to glue a little bit of glue here, like that. Now, this is really just to hold it in place more than anything else, just whilst I take it to the sewing machine. So, like that. Okay, so the purpose of the glue really, it's not necessarily attaching it, because obviously I'm going to be stitching it down. It's just more to hold it in place so that when I get to the sewing machine, I know exactly what I'm doing with that. So just mop your glue out a bit, like that. Obviously go onto the other side if you've got any seeping out here, like that. Okay, there we go. Right, that's the first one. Ooh, bit bit of glue there. Honestly, you have to be so careful with this transparency film, because before you know it, you have picked up, or you know, you can pick up glue on it, and I'm terrible for picking up the glue. So that's the first one. Okay, next one. Again, glue here. Like that. Okie dokie. Ooh. I mean, the good thing is the glue does mop out quite easily. So, you know, if like me, you've dragged your glue down like I have on this one, it doesn't really matter because it does mop out pretty well. Okay. So just go around there. Now, I've not inked my hearts or anything like that. You know, if you wanted to ink your hearts before you put your transparency film down, you know, then obviously you can. If you're going to ink the, you know, the heart shape, I would recommend doing it before you obviously put your transparency down, because it's going to be tricky once you have done. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I'm just wondering whether I actually... Have I got transparency there? Yeah, I have. I couldn't see for a minute and I thought, oh my goodness, I've now done it so far down that actually I've got no transparency there. But yeah, it is there, so that's fine. Okay, right. That one. Okay, this one. Aren't these so pretty? Oh, do you know what I did? Forgot to do any, didn't we? In the roses paper. I said, oh, I bought the, you know, my roses collection along and the Valentine's collection. And now I've done every single one just in the Valentine's collection. So we might have to do 1 or 2 more in the roses collection, just because I thought it would look really pretty. It just makes it a complete waste, doesn't it, to not bother. Right, there we go. Okay, let's just quickly mop out that. Yeah, sorry about that. We're going to have to do a couple more now. Okay. Oh my goodness. Every time I put it down, I seem to pick up more glue. More glue on the see-through transparency. It is a nightmare to work with. I don't really see other people making this much of a mess. I don't know. Maybe they just don't draw attention to it. Maybe they just wipe it off and don't kind of mention it. I don't know. But yeah, oh my goodness. Every time I pick it up, I think, oh, it's more smeary than the last. No window cleaner. That's all I can say. I am no window cleaner. Okay. Right, there we go. Right, like that. And then just, yeah, pop this down. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, right. There we go. Pop that down like that. And around here. Oh, okay. Right, okay. So then, again, just turn this over, mop out any more excess glue. Oh my goodness, I seem to have loads on this one. Oh dear. I'm obviously getting worse as these go on, which is rubbish, isn't it? What's wrong with me? You know that saying, practice makes perfect? No, sometimes it can be the opposite. I think practice makes worse. Practice makes not perfect at all. Right. Okay. Right. Let me mop out the glue. Oh my goodness, every time I pick it up. Okay, well, hopefully. I mean, to be honest, it's not quite so essential to get it off from the other side, because of course we're going to be able to get to the other side if we wanted to clean anything off. It's more the underneath. You're not going to be able to get to the underneath, are you? Right, there we go. Right, where did I put that roses paper? Okay, let's just do 1 or 2 out of this, because it does look gorgeous, doesn't it? So again, just use my template. Yeah, probably here, because I want to have those gorgeous pink flowers showing. So pop it there. Let's cut that down. There's that. Okay. So yeah, do share in the chat below. What's the weather like where you are? Are you also being blessed with like this gorgeous spring-like weather? You know, even if you're not in the UK, you know, share in the chat. What's the weather doing where you are? Are you like in a spring season, or are you like, I'm just trying to think, if you were Australia now. Well, I guess Australia is now, they have like summer, don't they, when we have winter. So I don't know, are they still in summer? I don't know. I'm so rubbish when it comes to, well, anything that requires knowledge of any sort, really. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when their summer starts. So, you know, if you are watching and you happen to be in Australia, or maybe you just know stuff about Australia and just not a complete idiot like I am, you know, when does their summer kind of start? I mean, do they have like the 4 seasons? Do they have like the, you know, the spring, summer, autumn, winter? Or do they go more just like autumn into, winter into summer, summer into winter? I don't know. I mean, I assume they have 4 seasons. Do you know, I'd never really even thought of that. I'm just waffling now about utter rubbish. Probably people are watching thinking, what's wrong with that woman? What is she talking about? Isn't that one absolutely gorgeous? So yeah, these are my roses collection papers. They're so pretty, aren't they? So like I say, I'm saving the hearts. I don't know whether I'll even end up using the hearts, but I hate waste of any sort, so don't want to risk wasting them at all. Let's just use this one now as well. Isn't this one gorgeous? So again, this is from the roses collection. It's just so pretty, isn't it? So thinking, oh, this is so gorgeous. I don't want to lose any of the really pretty kind of pink roses, so let's do it here. Oh, right, I'm going to do it here. Okay, this one's got some yellow in it, which I thought would just be a little bit different, so we haven't got, you know, such an overdose of pink and red going on. But I mean, I can't help it. I do love pinks. Red, I mean, yeah, red isn't necessarily a colour I'm, you know, use all that much, but I mean, obviously red does kind of suggest Valentine's, doesn't it? So you can't really do Valentine's and not do red, can you? That would just be like completely weird. Right, let's squish that in and then just pop my heart down. So final one, this one. So we just cut around this one, and it was only because, like I said, I just totally forgot that I'd even bought these papers along when I came to cutting, and yeah, didn't end up cutting any. So, but you know, I just thought they'd be really nice to get the different looks. So pop this on, and hopefully they're going to just look like such pretty pockets. I mean, like I said, I did kind of make one, semi-made one before the video just to see how they would look. I haven't stitched it round or glued it together, so it's not quite finished, but I did enough to be able to see how it would look. So yeah, I thought let's do one in the rosebud papers because I think they also will look absolutely scrumptious. Oh no, now look at what I'm doing. Oh, do you ever just do things and think, I'm making it worse? Instead of tidying up, I'm making it actually worse. Right. Oh, I'm going to have to do a whole new sheet of transparency, which feels really extravagant. Okay, right, so I'll just again go around. I'm going to just go around it slightly bigger because I feel like maybe I'm getting a bit close and I'm cutting it fine. Cutting it fine. Cutting it close. Right, that one. And then one more. Oh my goodness, come on. So, right, let's just cut that off. just so it's easier to cut around. Yeah, I think these are going to be absolutely yummy pockets. And again, you know, I just want to put it out there. I'm not saying these are my idea or anything like that. I've seen very similar types of things to these loads of times. I'm not in any way saying that I've invented these or anything like that. You know, I'm sure I haven't, because I was watching someone the other day, and as she, you know, she rightly said, I can't remember who it was I was watching, but she rightly said, you know, I mean, there's so many hundreds of videos, and, you know, it's highly unlikely that, you know, you're coming up with anything that's not been done before, to be honest. So, yeah, I wouldn't dream of, you know, trying to claim anything, really, as something that hadn't been done before. Because the chances are it most definitely has. Oh, sorry, I've got that stringy sort of thread going on in my glue. So when that happens, it just stops it coming out completely. I'll just clog or unclog that. There we go. Right. Okay. Right, there we go. Oops. I think I've put the glue a bit wide now, so probably, you know, won't actually even be on the glue edge, will it? Oh, I think it is just about. Again, more luck than judgment, really, but I've gone a bit wide with that glue. Okay, right. So, yep. And obviously it doesn't matter how messy your pocket looks on the back, you know, how spread around your glue is, because no one sees the underneath. So, right, there we go. Right. When I originally was planning these, I was going to just laminate them, to be honest, you know, rather than do this. But actually I thought, no, I'm going to do this because, you know, the laminated would obviously be, the whole paper would be shiny. And I just thought, well, I don't know whether I want the whole paper shiny. I mean, not that I don't like that. I love the look of laminated things. But I just thought, for these particular things, I'd probably prefer them, you know, not completely shiny. So, right, we are nearly done. So then what I'm going to do is, once these are finished, I'm going to knit to the sewing machine and, whoops, just stitch around the hearts. And then we're going to put them with some vintage sheet music, some vintage book page. Now I'm wondering whether I may do that at the same time. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what would be better. Oops. Oh my goodness. Oh, come on, glue, seeping everywhere. Right, so mop the glue out like that. Okay, like that. Okay. Right. Now with my bases that are going to be, like I say, from the sheet music and the, you know, the book page and things, I'm wondering whether, I'm just going to do this one. Now this one I have kind of got quite a crease mark because obviously I've, you know, folded this multiple times to use it as my template. So, oops. Come on. Oh, but yeah, hopefully once it's kind of stitched around and things, the crease mark isn't really going to be too visible. Right, okay, so let me just pop this one down like that. Right, like that. Okay. Right, mop my glue out. Okay, oh my goodness. No, that's on the underside, obviously. Oh dear. Honestly, sometimes it's just hard to see, is it on the underside or the overside? Not that it's called the overside, but you know. Right. Okay, So, oh my goodness. Every time I pick it up and I see it, you know, on the at the light, you know, the light behind it, I just see more glue seeping out. Right, hopefully that's not too bad. Right, let me show you then how this is going to look. So, for example, I've got some sheet music here, which actually, just put that to one side because I've got some that are already torn out. So I've got a variety of sheet music. I've got some that's tiny, I've got some that's bigger. So we're just going to play around and kind of have a few different sheets. I wonder if I've got any with the word love. That would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? No, I haven't. Oh, that's such a shame, isn't it? Because that would have been absolutely lovely. Right, so I'm going to go for this bit here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go around this like that. Okay, and then I'm going to have to glue this onto something. Because I've gone like right in the middle, if I'd have gone sort of maybe, you know, at the top, I might have just got away with folding this over to thicken it. But because I went with, you know, just a random patch of the paper, I'm going to actually have to glue it to something else to, you know, to thicken it up. So yeah, I just want to kind of glue it onto some other sheet of paper so that it's thicker. So let me see. Oh, well, I've got another sheet here. Oh, I'm just checking whether this has got nice words on it. No. Right, okay, which side was I using? Oh yeah, this side. Now if I glue that onto that, I don't want to have the sheet music poking through because it's quite thin, you know, it's not that thick, this paper. So yeah, I don't want to have it just having all the sheet music from the bottom layer kind of showing through. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying. Yeah, right, okay. Okie dokie. Might be that this isn't really thick enough, you know, I might have to actually put it on a couple of extra sheets, but it might be okay. You know, once it's glued, the glue obviously adds a certain layer of thickness as well. So, you know, I'm probably going way overboard thinking it needs to be, you know, treble layered. Okay, right. Oh, now I can't really see where to cut. Oh my gosh. It's really hard to see because obviously it's just sheet music on sheet music. Did not think that one through, did I? Okay, right, got that down there. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing this now because then obviously when I take it to the sewing machine, I can probably then stitch first around here. So I'm going to stitch around the hearts and then stitch these to make the pockets. Now I'm going to stitch, I think, around 3 sides and have like top loading pockets, although I might switch it up and have some as top loading and some as side loading, in which case I'd stitch around those 3 sides. But aren't they just going to be so pretty? Now I'm not too worried that this is not quite, you know, the same size. I'm going to stitch it first and then I'm going to trim it around. And the reason personally why I do that is my sewing's not that great. So if I cut this absolutely identically, you know, perfect, I probably would then get to the sewing machine and end up like this. It will go wonky because my sewing's so rubbish. Again, I'm not going to glue this anywhere, you know, because sometimes I would glue this in place, maybe just along the bottom, so as I know that I'm stitching this. The reason I'm not doing that is because I'm coming in to stitch around the heart. And of course, if this was kind of glued together, I would struggle then to stitch the heart down. So yeah, that's why I'm not sticking them together, just, you know, in case you were kind of wondering. Okay, so let's take another one. I've got some more sheet music. Oh, what I also brought along, I've got this gorgeous catalogue, you know, vintage kind of catalogue. So I don't know whether this might be too busy. It's quite pretty, isn't it? I'll just check. Got different things, you know, on different sides, but it is quite pretty, I think. So yeah, maybe have, it's a bit of a shame because I love this bit up here. That's actually a bit high, so oh, that's annoying, isn't it? I've also got the, I don't know what you'd call this, but you know, like one of the sort of fly sheety type bits. So I'm loving how that looks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Love, love, love how that looks. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So this one, just wondering, oh, I'm going to make a right hash of this. Just wondering whether I could, yeah, kind of go like that. And then I wonder if I fold this. Oh my goodness, look at my rubbish folding. Oh, honestly, just absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic today. Okay, right. So yeah, like that. And then I'm just going to cut this either side. Oops, no, my scissors are here. But isn't that gorgeous? I love the look of that paper under there. That's so pretty. So yeah, and then what I'll do is obviously glue these two sheets down. That's how I'm reinforcing this paper. I mean, to be honest, if we're going to be stitching around it, maybe I don't even need to glue it. I'm not sure. I will glue it because I'm not stitching all around it, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I might come unstuck if I don't glue the whole thing, or if I don't stitch the whole thing, sorry. So okay, that one. Okay, that one. And then this here. Oops. Oops. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I've had such a lot of problems this week with the glue. And I don't know why. I mean, yeah, so sorry that you've had to, you know, put up with it. Yeah, I just apologise. Okay, right. But aside from the glue problems, I really hope that you guys have, you know, enjoyed the series, and maybe you've got some inspiration, you know, and even if you don't make some lovely craft things, you know, maybe it's inspired you that these could work for other projects. Hopefully that's, you know, that's kind of, yeah, giving you inspiration for other things. So I just, again, sort of smoosh the glue out from this side just so that I get rid of wrinkles and things like that. Okay. So I'm going to do that for the rest. Now, I probably had best do this off camera, only because I was so mortified by the length of one of the videos where it was an hour and a half long, that I'm sure you don't want to have to endure that again. So yeah, I'm probably had best, I mean, you could even have that side brace on, to be honest. It's quite pretty. Yeah, I probably best actually, you know, be a bit mindful of the time and finish this off camera. Just this whole doubling up of the paper and things, because I mean, it's not anything particularly interesting. I'm sure you don't really need to be seeing it. And then, like I say, I'm going to take them to the sewing machine, stitch around the hearts first, and then stitch the fronts to the backs. Okay, and then I'll be back. Right, I'm back. Now, I have to confess, this is now a couple of days later. So, yeah, I didn't quite get around to doing this as quick as I'd hoped. But let me just show you what I've done. So, obviously, I've got kind of the basic ones, you know, that we did. They all need trimming. I'm just hot off the sewing machine as we speak. But I'm just going to show you these two, which I just really, really, really loved. Because before I stitched them together, oh, would you believe I forgot to stitch around that heart? What a wally. Honestly, I mean, it was bound to happen, wasn't it, with one of these? So, yes, this one I have not stitched around the heart. That was because I was getting so carried away with obviously putting the butterfly on. Oh, what an idiot. And I've only just even noticed. I mean, even worse, because I stitched around the whole pocket. Still not noticing. Oh dear, what a wally. Honestly, the things that I do. Just always in a world of my own and just completely oblivious to what, you know, what else I'm doing, to be honest. Anyway, right, let's trim this up. So, as you can see, what I did was I would say before I stitched it, but in this case I didn't ever actually stitch it. I stapled on a butterfly in the, or on the acetate. Now, obviously a word about stitching. The fact I didn't stitch this on, just ignore what I'm saying. But this one, I have stitched the butterfly on. So I've stapled this one and I've stitched this one. But my word of kind of warning is I would try and stitch around your heart first. Only because if you've stitched your butterfly, or, you know, stuck your butterfly on, like stapled it or stitched it, you're just going to have a bit more problems getting to your heart. You just have to kind of like be careful that you didn't then stitch your butterfly like that. So, you know, that's just a kind of word of advice, really. But like I say, I mean, I obviously stapled that one, stitched that one, but aren't they just gorgeous? Now, obviously you could just stick a butterfly or whatever on, you know, after the event, i.e. after you've assembled your pocket. The reason why I've done it beforehand is just because acetate can be a little bit tricky, like we said, or not necessarily acetate, but anything shiny, you know, transparency film or whatever. And so by either stapling it or stitching it, you don't have to worry about using a glue that's going to work. It's, you know, it's attached to there. So I just think they're really lovely, aren't they, with the butterflies? So just kind of trim this one up to just show you how this one looks. Like that. Okie dokie. Oops. I mean, they're just really pretty pockets, aren't they? I do really love them. So that's those two with the, whoops, with the butterflies. And then I'll just show you the others quickly. So that's the ones with the butterflies. Then we've got all the rest of them. We've got that one with the beautiful book page inside. And then we've got this one and this one with the decorative papers. Aren't they just gorgeous? So again, let's trim this one down. So this is the Valentine's papers with the roses paper inside. Okay, so just trim that one down so as it looks tidy. Okay. There we go. Oops, get my stitching. Oh my goodness, I've got threads everywhere. I mean, isn't that just such a gorgeous pocket? I absolutely love it. And then these ones, obviously, with the, this one with the book page, this one with the sheet music. Now this one, no, this one was the one with the thin paper. So the one that I kind of was using as my template. So this one obviously is a little bit different in that it's not the thick paper, it's kind of thin paper as my pocket. It still works perfectly fine. For me personally, I would just have to now be a little bit careful when I'm going in and out of the pocket to make sure that I didn't damage it. But, you know, I mean, probably most people aren't as clumsy as me, to be perfectly honest. So I'm sure it would be fine. But if in doubt, just, you know, as we did here, use a thicker paper and then, you know, you've really not got to worry half so much. So just go around, tidy these ones up like that. Okay, and then we'll just decorate a couple just to, you know, sort of, yeah, get some finished, you know, finishing touches going on really. So that's those. Right. So I have also brought along a couple of my ribbon banners. Now I did have these for sale in my on my website. I don't know whether there's any left, if I'm truthful, but if there's not, I will be, you know, doing a restock. Probably not this week if I'm truthful, because it's half term, so, you know, I'm just not going to get round to it, but hopefully next week. And there would be some more of the ribbon packs possibly in there next week. That would be, you know, I'm hoping. But you could take, you know, for example, the ribbon banners and just, you know, adhere those onto your pockets. I mean, I quite like them from the top, to be honest. Aren't they just gorgeous? And I mean, it really needs like nothing else, if I'm truthful. But if you wanted to add some other things, I mean, we could add, for example, a butterfly here. I'll just take a butterfly, and I'm not necessarily saying that this is even, you know, even a good colour match or combination, but it just happens to be the thing that's laying around on the desk. So let's just give it a try. Oh my goodness, it's turning really chilly now. I was okay. I've been yeah, I'm filming this during half term, so I have been this morning, it's nearly lunchtime now, been faffing around with my daughter. We've been having a lot of fun. We were having a girly time and we were doing some skincare, as she calls it. So I think I did say this recently. She loves like makeup and all of that kind of thing. She's 10. And yeah, I mean, she wants to be a makeup artist is currently her thing. So yeah, I promised her we'd do some skincare. So we've been doing that all morning. And yeah, we just kind of finished about half an hour ago or something. But yeah, we had a face mask and, you know, some various different things. So we had quite a bit of fun, nice girly time. Oh, she does make me laugh. Hers was a banana flavour. I mean, not really flavour, but, you know, scented face mask. So yeah, she had banana. Mine was just, I think mine was an avocado one. And we put cucumber on our eyes as well. So yeah, we had a proper, you know, proper girly time. And yeah, it was quite fun. But oh, it went on for hours. I was thinking, oh, we won't be long. And then, you know, by the time that we got started, and then we were like, oh, should we paint our nails quickly? Mine needed painting anyway. Then I spilt all the nail varnish remover, so that was, you know, another saga. So yeah, we've ended up taking nearly the whole morning doing our skincare. So hopefully our skin will be absolutely glowing by the end of the day. I mean, isn't it weird? I don't know whether any of you find this, but you know, like, I mean, I don't very often do things like that, but I do try and have a face mask, you know, once every couple of weeks, but I don't like spend ages doing all sorts of things. But she loves doing all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just put my normal makeup on and take it off every night and put some cream on. But oh, what was I going to say about that? Oh gosh, look what's going on with my glue again. Where was I going with that topic of conversation? What was I can't even remember now what I was going to say about it. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm expecting us to be looking absolutely gorgeous today. And I don't know about you guys. Oh my goodness, what's going on with this glue? It's obviously again where it's got cold overnight. And then it's, you know, it's warmed up presumably when the heating went on. It's got cold again now, so now it's gone to misbehaving again. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If ever I do things like that, you know, like some skincare, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I kind of like look in the mirror and I expect myself to be looking positively glowing. You know, that day when I do my makeup, I think, oh, I should be. Oh gosh, what's going on with this glue? I should be looking absolutely lovely. And weirdly, sometimes I find when I've done my skincare, I actually don't look very good. So yeah, I'm having a bit one of those effects today where I'm hoping the effects are going to come out, you know, maybe a delayed reaction. So maybe they will come out later. But so far, I'm not feeling like I'm looking radiant. I think what it is because you know, you've put a lot of cream on and things like that. So, you know, we had our face mask, we put some cream on, we did some toner and I don't know, various other things that we put on, some eye cream and yeah, all sorts of other things that I wouldn't ordinarily put on. And I think then your skin's a little bit overwhelmed. And so, you know, far from it looking, wow, you know, really glowing, it's actually like, oh my goodness, you know, kind of like drowning under all this extra treatment I've had today. So yeah, not really kind of feeling the full effect so far, but can't help. I don't know. I do like the banner. Oh, let's go for the banner, shall we? Yeah. Oh, I have got this one actually with a wax seal. I'm just thinking maybe the wax seal might look better. Perhaps that's better. Might just be that gem is too heavy for the pocket. It would be better as a, you know, piece on the page, a banner on the page rather than on the pocket. But yeah, I think sometimes what happens is your face is actually a little bit kind of overwhelmed by it and your makeup then doesn't really sit properly because it's got so many different layers of cream and things. So that's a bit where I'm at right now. I'm kind of like hoping that suddenly my skin's going to look amazing, but not today. But it might be that, you know, the effects will perhaps start to show in a couple of days. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, we had good fun. So that was the main thing, because obviously she wanted to do that. So yeah, we had a nice time. So she's downstairs now whilst I'm quickly doing my video. So should we do one of these ones now with the, you know, the stapled on butterflies? So I mean, again, they don't really need kind of anything too much on there. Yeah, I'm just having a look through. I have got like some labels and things like that, so let's just pull in maybe a couple of labels. They're quite big. Oh, where are my labels that are 2 to a page, which would be obviously better size for these pieces. Okay. Right, let's have a look. I was thinking we'd do this one because otherwise this one's a little bit similar colours to the other one, you know, the one that we just decorated. So perhaps take this label down here. There we go. As I'm filming this, I'd actually forgotten that I hadn't finished filming this video. So I've still got one more video to film for the series, but I'm sure that I did just hear that it is in fact Shrove Tuesday. Now, Shrove Tuesday is of course Pancake Day. And the only reason I say this is because I was replying to comments from my mass making video where I was talking about Pancake Day. And I didn't have the foggiest idea, you know, when it was. I mean, I knew it's kind of February, March time. And then, yeah, I was replying to comments and somebody had said, what's Pancake Day? Now, I know this sounds a bit sort of strange, but I hadn't really considered it while I was doing the video. I just kind of assumed it was a you know, international thing, or yeah, worldwide kind of thing. So maybe it's just a UK thing, but Pancake Day, Lord only knows what the pancakes actually are, you know, significant for, or, you know, signify, but it's for Shrove Tuesday. So Shrove Tuesday, I think, now I really apologise if I've got this wrong. I think that's like the start of, is it Lent? Where you kind of like would fast for like 40 days. I think it's that. So maybe they thought, you know, maybe the significance of pancakes is, you know, they're sort of a sweet treat. So, you know, maybe it was like, oh, last chance to, you know, pig out and have some yummy food. I don't know really, but anyway, yeah, if you're not in the UK and you don't celebrate Pancake Day, and perhaps you've never heard of it, it just hadn't really occurred to me. I just, yeah, was talking about it, assuming that it was just something that everybody, you know, celebrates, or not necessarily celebrates, but, you know, does. Anyway, turns out this lady said she was in the US. She definitely didn't know what it was. So now I'm thinking, well, actually, maybe it's more of a UK thing, and maybe, you know, maybe other people don't really do Pancake Day. So yeah, anyway, how weird is that? Because like I say, I don't know even where I just heard it, but I think when my daughter went downstairs, just as I was getting ready, you know, getting my stuff ready to do the video, I'm sure I heard them say Pancake Day on whatever it is she's watching, and I thought, oh my goodness, how weird is that? I was just talking about Pancake Day and it turns out it's today. So yeah, that was really strange. Obviously I might have got that wrong, and maybe I misheard, and maybe it's not Pancake Day at all, in which case just literally waffling for nothing. But yeah, just thought, wow, that's very strange timing that I happened to be talking about it, and now turns out today actually is Pancake Day. There we go. So yeah, they're just my labels set 2. These are obviously my little butterflies, the set 2 of the butterflies, and then obviously they're the rose collection papers, and it's backed with some sheet music. Don't they just look gorgeous? And you know, that's really all that you need. I don't think that really needs anything else. I mean, we could just kind of spruce it up maybe with a little bit of bling. I don't even know whether it needs any, but just got some black bling here. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying it needs any. For some reason this looks very black, but let me just trim it up, get rid of all those little, what I call the like caterpillar legs coming off at the sides. Oops, there or there. Problem is, if it's down the bottom, I do prefer it at the bottom, but it looks a little bit diagonal. but at the top it is a bit too much going on at the top. So yeah, I think we will go for it on the bottom, but you know, so very minimal decoration going on. I think, you know, I think it's plenty. I don't think it really needs anything else. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And, you know, I personally don't even mind the staples showing on the butterfly. I mean, obviously, you know, if you didn't like that, you could cover that up with, you know, some bling or something like that. But I actually think that looks quite nice. So, yeah. So that is those. So they are the Look Into My Heart, you know, pockets that we have done there for our Valentine's, you know, Crafty Love series. So, yep, I hope that you like those and maybe you feel inspired to make some. Tomorrow, obviously I haven't filmed it yet, but tomorrow will be our last video in this series. So my goodness, it's flown by, hasn't it? I really hope that you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the video tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.